Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday Morning Motivations. I'm Barbara Ellison, and bring your drink. I'm a cold energy drink kind of gal. I'm not a coffee drinker, so we can talk about that. But anyways, I've never been a coffee drinker. But anyways, I am Barbara Ellison, and I'm the founder of the Wellness Playroom, because wellness is about so much more than just not being sick. It's about being the best ever version of you. So that's what we're kind of about. And that's what this show is really about too, is what can we help you with to become your best version? That strong, energetic, no nonsense kind of gal that's doing stuff to make a difference in the world. So, and I just say, Carol, how are you doing this morning, my fabulous co-host?
Well, thank you. I am having a day, a wonderful day, and I'm excited about the day. We have so much to talk to you about today. We were trying to decide what to talk about, and we changed subjects about 3 or 4 times, then tried to figure out how we're going to meld them together because we didn't want to drop any of them off. But it's a wonderful day. God's in his heavens and the birds are singing. So what can I say? But I'm Carol Henderson, and I have Life by Design, and I've dedicated my life and business to helping people to find how to design their life for the best happiness that they can have. And it is an art, and it takes some determination, and it takes being open to new things. And we hopefully will kind of open the box for new ideas for you today. So hold on to your seat. You're in for a ride.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell on us for a second. This just popped into my mind.
Uh-oh.
That's what in the pre-show we were talking about all the things that we do together. And so right now we have another new venture that we're going to kind of look at, just to, because it's all about helping people to get what they want. Zig Ziglar says that when you help enough people get what they want, you will automatically get what you want. And that can be, and whatever that is. It doesn't, and it's not necessarily money. It's time freedom. It's lifestyle choice, the ability to lifestyle choice. Anyway, so Carol and I, we were going back and forth. It's like, well, who did this? And I did this. And, and it was like, okay, whose turn is it to be the sponsor? And we were like, oh, brother, when we look back at all the things that we do together. So we have kind of taken turns that I sponsor her, she sponsors me. I sponsor her, she sponsors me, because we've done so much together. And it just really struck home of how much I appreciate having that friendship and having that business camaraderie and having that person of like mind, which is so important. So right now, that's one of the things that we were going to talk about today, is just working, doing what you're doing, what you're working on. Are you stuck in a job that you're just feeling like you're a cog in a big corporate wheel and you want to get out of that? Well, okay.
Do you love your job, but
or
need
do
a
you
little extra income
yes,
just on the side? And there's so many ways for you to design your life that
exactly.
No one can design your life for you. Only you can design your life. And so
Exactly.
where is your focus? I heard the best teaching yesterday. Dr. Lance Wallnow, I don't know if you know who he is, but he was actually a big guy in corporate America, big, from a family of big. And he found his best life by leaving the family business, so to speak.
Right.
And but he was talking about people give him these wonderful gifts for his birthday, things like, I'm going to give you so many hours of flying lessons, or you're going to go do this. Well, this one guy was a Formula One race driver, and so he put Lance in a car on the track with somebody he was driving by himself, but he said it's kind of daunting when they put you in flame retardant clothing. He said that's kind of like a wake up call. Number one, that I'm driving down the road in a bomb, strapped in, can't get out. So, anyway, but he asked the instructor, he said, what do I do to do this successfully? Because it was on a track where you would go flat out. And he said, well, most people, when they come the first time, they crash into the wall. Don't feel bad if you do. That is a norm. And he said, how do I keep from crashing into the wall?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
question.
But that's Lance. Lance asks the good questions. In fact, if you've heard of the 7 mountains, the book, The 7 Mountains, where it talks about politics, religion, arts and entertainment, business, family, I think there's 7 mountains that everything in life falls on one of those mountains. He wrote the book. So that's one that, I highly recommend the book. But anyway, he said that what he did, he was on the road and he saw that he was fixing to crash into the wall. And he said, the instructor said, most people will take their foot off the gas, possibly put it on the brake and look at the wall. He said, but what you need to do is you look at the track and you push down on the accelerator and you go faster, because where you're looking is where you'll go. And in our mind, we think, no, I'm headed to the wall. I'll crash in the wall. But that's not the truth, either on the track or in life. Okay. And you hear lots of teachers talk about, watch the words of your mouth. It's biblical. You life and death is in the power of the tongue. Choose life. It's your choice. Choose life. And so we've heard this so many ways, but I loved how he put it. And he said, I came up and I was going, he's going hundreds of hours on this little thing, driving a bomb in flame retardant clothes. So, and people die doing this. Okay. It's not uncommon. Okay. But anyway, and so he's headed to the wall. He thought, I'm going to crash. And he said, all of a sudden he remembered and he pushed down on the gas. He had let up on the gas. He pushed back down on the gas and looked at the track. And he spun a little bit, but he pulled out and he did not crash the wall. So, it is all in focus. And what are you looking at?
And listen to the instruction.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen to the instruction.
Yeah. And our big instruction,
and then do it.
Words of your mouth.
Words of your mouth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it goes beyond that. Some of us have learned to watch our words, but are we watching our thoughts?
Yeah.
Because do you remember the adage about a thought becomes a habit becomes a lifestyle?
And it becomes an action. A thought becomes an action, good or bad.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
And so, and if you are thinking one thing and saying another, you're lying to yourself. Okay. Yeah. And your body knows, your cells of your body will follow where your thoughts go. It will follow where your mouth goes. And think about the people you see or know that are just negative and they're constantly talking about their health. And, the old ladies get together for the organ recital. And it's just like a downward spiral. But the people who watch their words of their mouth, their life is in an upward spiral. Right. So what are you focusing on today?
Right.
That's a good place to start, but we have some other places to go too.
Right. But, we have a mentor that just a couple of weeks ago, he said, people, remember that you have 37.2 trillion cells in your body. And every one of those 37.2 trillion cells is listening to your thoughts and the words of your mouth.
And they do everything they can to fulfill it.
And they do what they can to fulfill it. Mm-hmm. So if you say, oh, I've got a sore leg, well, your cells in your leg are going to go, oh, I guess we're sore. and it'll promote it. But I think it comes back to just remember that you are better than what you think you are, and you have more opportunities than you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Be open to them. And so I'm going to share one statistic with you. For us gals, 82% of women who make over $100,000 a year do it in network marketing. And why are we telling you that? Well, because you know what? One of my favorite definitions of success is if I can learn how to make money while I am sleeping.
But let me ask a question before we go further down the trail. How many of you had to reassess how you make money, what you do, what life looks like after the shutdown? Before the shutdown, every 4 seconds, someone was joining a network marketing company. Okay. Right. Now, I'm not saying everyone was successful at it, because there are things to look at that even before you go into it, that will tell you success or lack of success, because, it all comes into the culture that is built in. But what did you think? What changed in your life during the shutdown? Did you enjoy getting to be home with your kids, play with the dogs, spend some time with your husband? Were you in the essential business, a nurse or a doctor, a fireman, where you didn't get any time off? Where, are you tired? Are you looking? Are you totally content where you are? Another statistic, and this is old, that it was $500 a month. But now, before the shutdown, it was down to $362. Okay, $362. Get that number in your brain. That was all it took to keep somebody out of bankruptcy court.
Yes. Yes.
And people think, oh, it's only $360. Surely they could do something to come up with that. Extra job, a garage sale, work more hours, get overtime. But what they neglect to realize, that's 362 in January, and in February, and in March, and in April. And by April, it's like close to $1,500. Well, where are they going to come up with that when they couldn't come up with 362? And I'm not talking people that are out partying and stuff like that. I'm talking about somebody down to the bare bones, everything they can do to cut costs, and they're still $362 short. What do you do?
And there are so many people out there.
Yes.
That, and so I think one of the things for me is, don't be afraid to experiment. When I look back on all of the companies that, like, I've been in, and let me start with this though. Start with your passion. Like my passion, it started with me. I wanted to be healthy. I was tired of being sick. I was tired of being in pain, and I was tired of having headaches. I was tired of my kids remember, not a memory that I want my kids to have, but they do have it, of me on Saturday and Sunday. They would sit in front of me and watch me sleep, because I was so tired. I know now that I had a fatigue ailment, but they remember that. In fact, I was just a couple of weeks ago, I went for breakfast with my youngest son. He remembers that. He said, oh yeah, we used to sit and watch you sleep. Or they would sit and watch me breathe, trying to breathe, because my asthma was so bad, because I couldn't breathe. And or they would sit and watch me because I had such bad pain in my head. They remember that. So I was desperate to find something that was going to help me myself. Now it has become my passion, because there are so many people out there that are suffering. So find what your passion is.
So let me ask you a question, and I'm going to ask this of everybody, but Barbara can answer it. What were you trained to do?
Oh, I was trained as a hairdresser and then in restaurant management.
Okay. And what do you do?
Right now I'm in network marketing.
Well, but I mean,
Oh,
in
oh,
the, yeah, we're walking people through. So
oh,
what,
I still work in the restaurant business. I love it. It gets me up, it gets me moving. It gives me access to people to chit chat with because I'm a social person. I like that. So,
you
but
don't have to
in,
quit your day job to
I
do
do, right.
your
I have
network
never
marketing.
quit my day job because
Okay.
I love it. I
And so
love being in the
you
restaurant
told us
business.
that your passion is health and wellness.
Is but health and
So
wellness
she was trained
for
as a
me.
hairdresser. She ended
Yeah.
up in restaurant management and now helps a restaurant that she works at. And she also gets to fulfill her passion. Okay. I
Yeah.
just, think through
Yeah,
think through your thoughts. What were you trained to do? What did you do? What are you
Right.
doing? What do you want to do? If you could do
What do you want
anything
to
in the
do?
world,
Yeah.
what
If
would
you
you
had
do?
all the time and money in the world, what would you be doing?
Yeah.
And that's one of the beauties of being in business for yourself. You can work. That's they don't call it the laptop lifestyle for nothing.
But not all businesses are a laptop
But
life.
not all
I
businesses are
had a
laptop
brick and
lifestyle.
mortar. I had my model and
Exactly.
talent agency, and brick and mortar businesses, you are tied to that business. Yes, sometimes some of them get big enough that the owner can, go off. Most of them, the owner works in the Subway sandwich shops. Did you know that almost every owner works in his Subway sandwich shop because he only makes about 20,000 a year off the franchise?
Right.
I mean, he's having to go and be an employee on top of the franchise.
Right. And so many of them who are in franchises, and nothing against franchises. Hey, I like Subway.
Well, and
like
it's laid out
franchises.
for you. Your path is laid out for
cookie
you.
cutter.
Do this, do this, do this, and you'll be
Right.
successful. And if you follow their playbook, you will
You'll
be
do it.
successful. So no, nothing at all against a franchise. But what if there's a way to have a franchise and not pay the franchise fees? In the
Right,
model and
exactly.
talent agency, one of them started franchising, and a lot of little local agencies jumped on that bandwagon. But the franchise fees were so high that a little local modeling school, modeling agency could not generate that kind of cash to pay.
Right.
And yes, they got the big name of such and such agency that was phenomenal name, but they didn't get the big market to use that name in. So
Exactly.
really, if you could find a franchise that you didn't have to pay franchise fees on and have all the learning and the layout and all the planning and the ads, the paper goods saying da 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 da, the the slick marketing of the products.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. A friend of ours, that's what one of the things that she is really teaching us is that, what? It's absolutely foolproof when you do it, because you partner with another company.
Yeah.
So you are your own business. Like with me, I am the Wellness Playroom.
And I'm Life by Design.
And Carol is Life by Design. Within our company, we have tools. So we have partnered with other companies for that. They provide the tools. They've done all of the research. They have done all of the marketing. They have done all of the things that make it successful. All we have to do is partner with them and share it with people who we know.
And we're not trying to sell people on this by any means. We both have thriving businesses. But if you're looking for something, get with us.
Somewhere to start.
We can guide you into things to look at that are good and not so good at different arenas. Figure out what arena you want to play in. Do you want to play in health and wellness? Do you want to play in the beauty and that industry? Do you want to play in
technology?
Weight loss? Yeah, the technology. There's so much out there, and the lockdown, I don't want to use the other word, the lockdown has caused people to look and reach and think outside the box. So have you
Right.
started thinking outside the box? Are you using
It's not-
everything you have to make your life better? Are you designing your life, or are you letting your boss design it? And I'm not, like I said, I'm a big fan. A lot of people say, get into my company and you can quit your job. Well, you can. I mean, both of us could quit today, but
Right.
we like what we do.
Right.
We enjoy
Exactly.
it. The money ain't half bad.
Yeah.
So,
Not
but
going to send back the paychecks, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And, yeah, if, but you can do as a standalone, you could do in addition, but find something. Things are getting tough out there. And one of the things that people will do is they want to work with people that they know, like, and trust. Uh, Many of these companies, the stuff will drop right to the front porch. It's like Amazon, but it's not. Um, and they have, the companies we work with have very good godly values. Um, just so many things like that.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't want this to be like a come join us type thing, but if you're looking, get with
It's
us.
just, yeah,
Get
just
with
the
us. Put the
information.
notes in the chat. Get with us and ask questions, and let us know what floats your boat. Do you like working on computers? Do you like learning about frequency and technology and electric medicine? Do you like, what
Right.
what sounds like fun to you? Because
Are you a teacher? Do you
yeah.
like teaching people
Mhm.
something?
Yeah.
There is so much
Oh,
out there.
yes, you can,
And just
you can
don't be afraid to
do
experiment. Don't
Yep.
be afraid to experiment. Like I wish I had known, like when I look back on some of the companies that I was with, hey, one of them got shut down by the FTC. Ooh, I wish I had known what I know now back then. However, but it happened. But one of the things that within this kind of a business, you don't have to go out and build a building. You don't have to pay rent. You pretty much work out of your home. You can write off part of your home expenses.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
write off your phone. You can write off when you buy a new computer. Like I just bought myself a new stand for my microphone. Oh, it has made my life so much easier. Why didn't I do it sooner? But now, hey, it's a tax deduction
Mhm. Well,
because I'm
and
using it for podcasting.
right. Brick and mortars. Okay. These are some statistics. And like I said, I've had the brick and mortar and I've had home businesses. A brick and mortar, you build it can cost thousands, or it can cost hundreds of thousands, or some people put millions into their brick and mortar.
Yes.
I wasn't one of those. But anyway, so you have to pay the utilities there. You have to pay the rent and all of that. So we're running low on time. So I want to kind of speed up this. It takes 3 to 5 years to make your investment back on most brick and mortars average. That's before you take a penny out. 3 to 5 years. With a home-based business, you can cut that time down. Some people, depending on what company they work with or whether they're doing a startup totally from home, it may take 6 months, a year to make back their money. Or you can do a marketing thing like what Barbara and I do. I have had, in fact, I've done it multiple times, but I strive to have my people make their investment back in their first month. 1 month to make your investment back. And that's something I can't guarantee it, because I can't guarantee your work ethic. I can't
Right.
guarantee what friends you have. Or what, how outgoing you are. I mean, I go to the grocery store or a restaurant and I make 2 or 3 new friends every time. So,
Nice.
and Barbara does too. So, but
Yep.
if you're an introvert and you don't, we have ways for you to make those new friends without having to go to the store, that you can do
Right.
from the comfort of your own sofa, and build your business on your phone. Okay. So, it can totally be done. But don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in a box.
Yep.
Explore. Have your comfort zone, but explore out of it and do it with, put your toe in the water and give it a try.
Right. And just take like a from these famous people like Warren Buffett and Sir Richard Branson. They all have network marketing companies, direct sales companies, whatever you want to call it. Because the thing is that, and people are saying so often, well, why has it got such a bad name? And why are people, why don't you hear about it on TV? Because the big boys, they don't want people to know about network marketing, and they are going to badmouth it left, right, and center, because we the people are their direct competition.
Mhm. Well, and the other thing too is that they're
If
not
somebody's going to buy from us rather than going to wherever,
right.
that's their competition. They don't want you to know about it.
Think how much money is spent on advertising dollars. Well,
Exactly.
we're the advertising dollars, and
They're
so
the advertising.
the companies put the money in to us as opposed to a big ad on TV. And trust me, ads on TV are very expensive. And how many people don't watch TV anymore? They're watching YouTube, or they're
They're streaming.
satellite, or
They're streaming.
it's totally
Exactly.
changed. But
So we're off our soapbox for today. But it comes back to the fact that, if you're thinking of making a change in your life, if you want to have a new direction for your life, and that's all we're talking about.
yes.
Is, do you want a new help to take a new direction for your life? And that's all we do. We just give you some directions. What direction you go in is entirely up to you.
Yeah. And that's what we're here for. We're here to motivate
That's what we're
you.
here for.
Yeah.
To motivate you. That's why we're the Mavens of Motivation.
That's
what
right.
Today it was like we were talking about, what are we going to talk about? And it's like, let's talk about business. Because ladies, 82% of women do it in network marketing, direct sales.
Yeah.
So find what you're passionate about.
And put it in your chat. Put it in the chat, or wherever you put it, wherever you're watching this, put it in there. And what floats your boat? What gets you up in the morning? What would, if you could? You
Right.
get up, going to
What
work.
stirs your soul?
Oh, what do you want to do? Yeah. Let us help.
Let's help you get it. Anyways.
Okay.
Carol, this was awesome. Thank you so much for being my co-host.
Thank you. Thank you. We both wanted to do something like this, but it wasn't until we connected.
Yeah.
That we decided to go for it. So we're the Mavens of Motivation on the Monday mornings. So tell your friends. Be sure to come on Thursday, because we will have a wonderful interview on. And
a little plug for our Thursday show. If you want to be interviewed, if you have what we're talking about, a passion to do something that is going to make a difference for the people around you in the world, let us know.
Yeah.
Come join us.
You have a wonderful story. I love the story.
You have a great story. Exactly. And it doesn't have to be a rags to riches. It just has to be an uplifting story. Yeah. Of where you were.
Words of your mouth.
Where you are now.
So we will see y'all.
Have a great week. God bless.
Bye.